Good morning and welcome to the 56th annual meeting of Operation Action UP. Very happy to see everyone here this morning. Trust you had safe travels in as Mother Nature threw us a little bit of a UP twist. As a result, as I indicated earlier, we delayed our start by 15 minutes, so you'll want to note with your program, we'll just shift everything down by 15 minutes, otherwise we'll stay right on track. I do want to start by recognizing a couple of individuals who are here, and when I call your name, if you wouldn't mind raising your hand. Caitlin Rader, you're here with Senator Peters' office in the back. George LeBlanc with Senator Peters' office. George? And Jeremy Hosking representing our governor, Governor Whitmer. Jeremy, thank you. Just a couple of housekeeping items as we get underway. If you would, please mute your cell phone and electronic devices out of courtesy and consideration of your neighbors. Welcome to the beautiful facility that NMU has provided us with here today. For those who haven't been here in a year or two, you'll recognize considerable change with the facelift, and I think they've done just a fabulous job providing us with a facility that we can use for meetings like this one. Restrooms actually are way down the hall off to my left. If you've had a chance to navigate to stow your coat, you'll note that they're down in that same area. A couple of other items that I would draw your attention to would be the annual report that is located on your table. For those that have an interest in such things, the board will be considering our proposed budget for 2020. It's actually located in the inside cover on the back. There's a variety of other items in here that you may find to be of interest, inclusive of the membership list, a little bit of the history of the organization. And again, incidentally, we've been here doing these types of things since 1963 when the organization was first formed. Have a real strong agenda for you today, complete with some speakers, provide us with some real good updates. And we have 4 businesses that we will be recognizing for their excellence as we have done historically and traditionally. But before we get to the agenda and the speakers, I do have a couple of items that I want to draw your attention to. First, you'll find a little handbill or brochure on your table. It's a membership application for any of you that would be interested in becoming more closely affiliated with the organization. And we also have an opportunity to add a few additional individuals to the board of the organization. With that said, the one item of business that we transact at this meeting this morning before we get underway is the formal action to be taken on board member nominations for the year 2020. And you all should have a copy of a piece of paper that looks like this, that lists the nominating committee's recommendation for board members. I would be looking for a motion to accept the nominating committee or alternatively bring nominations to the floor here today. Is there such a motion?
Ratasky's got the motion.
We have a motion by Tony Ratasky. Is there a second? Looking for support. We have a support. So by motion made with support, is there any further discussion on the nominations? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? We will have a slate of board members for the coming year. Thank you. With that, I guess I would like to turn it over to my co-chair, Rich Teggy.
Well, first of all, I'd like to welcome everybody. This is my first opportunity to do this little dance with Brett that Tawny did for a number of years. So I hope I can step in and make it fairly smooth. I started getting heckled last night already, so I'm sure there'll be some more from the floor a little bit later. But really want to thank everybody for coming out, especially on a day like today. I'm lucky to be involved with another group called the Small Business Association of Michigan. Does a lot of similar stuff to what Operation Action UP does in regard to looking out for the interests of small business. It does it for the state, of course. We're focused more on the Upper Peninsula. And they also do some things to recognize business, and there's been a variety of different small businesses from the UP that have been recognized through some of the events that the Small Business Association of Michigan does. And so that you know, it's not the administration, it's the Small Business Association. And it's about 27,000 members across the state of Michigan that are involved in that group. And the whole function of that group is to act on behalf of business, whether it's pushing certain types of legislation or commenting on certain types of legislation that are being passed through the House, those kinds of things. I would recommend that you take a look at it. I happen to be on the board of the Small Business Association of Michigan, SBAM, and I would tell you there's a lot of great interest in what's happening in the UP by the folks downstate. Gina Thornson with Stormy Cromer is on our board as well, and Jeff McGowan from Garso down in Escanaba is on our board. So I would tell you, we've got a nice group of UPers pushing for the voice of the UP and helping the folks with SBAM, charge with our flag on occasions where it's necessary.